As a kid, I used to get scared by things that went bump in the night. Creaking houses do that to you, but nothing scared me more than when I heard him breathing. The first time I saw him, I was 6. He stood at the edge of my bedroom, tall and wrong like someone had drawn a man without knowing what one looked like. His limbs were too long, his face too smooth, and his eyes. They weren't eyes, just pits. Black, bottomless pits. I screamed. My mother rushed in, flipped on the light, and he was gone. She said it was a nightmare, but nightmares don't leave footprints. Over the years, there were other things that made me scream, but none of them stayed as long as he did. None of them came back, except him. Every night for a year, he came back. He stood in the corner of my bedroom and watched me. Years passed. I learned not to speak of him. Every time I did, something bad happened. My dog died. My father left. My best friend fell from a tree and broke her spine, so I stopped talking. But he didn't stop watching. He came only at night. Always in the corner, sometimes closer, sometimes smiling. By the time I was 16, I'd convinced myself he wasn't real. Trauma, maybe. A trick of the mind. I even laughed about it once with a therapist. And then one night, he stood over my bed. His mouth opened wide to wide and whispered one word. Soon, I moved out at 18. New city. New apartment. No shadows in the corners. No him until last week. I woke up to the sound of breathing. Not mine. Not human. Wet, ragged, like lungs filled with rot. I turned on the light. Nothing, but the closet door was open. I never leave it open. I shut it, locked it. Sat on the floor until sunrise. The next day, I found a note slipped under my door. No envelope, no handwriting. Just typed letters on yellow paper. You forgot me. That story is scary enough on its own, but if you want to know how truly terrifying it is, I suggest you hear it in the dark. Welcome back, friends, to another episode of the Darkest Horror Podcast. I'm your host, and tonight we have a special treat for you. We've been taking submissions for our podcast, and our first ever published story comes to us from a writer named Emma. Do you recognize that name? Well, I hope you do, because she'll be reading her story for us live tonight. Isn't that right, Emma? Yes. Hi, everyone. Hello. Hi. Okay, here goes nothing. I didn't sleep that night. Or the next, I kept every light on. I checked every lock. But on the third night, the power went out. And he came back, not in the corner this time. In the mirror, I stared. He stared back. His face was clearer now, pale, veined, lips stitched shut. But the eyes those pits were whiter, hungrier. I smashed the mirror. He laughed. Emma does such an incredible job of building suspense that you can almost feel it oozing off the screen, enveloping you as you listen. Just listen to this next part. I tried to leave. Packed a bag, booked a hotel, but the cab driver never showed. My phone glitched. My laptop fried. Every escape route gone. I called my mother. She didn't answer. I called again. A voice picked up, not hers. Soon, it said, "What a great story, Emma. Let's give her a big round of applause. Bravo, bravo. Thank you, thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm just so glad that you liked it. This is really cool. Yeah, your story is amazing. I mean, I personally would have liked a little bit more of a resolution, a little bit more of an ending, but that's just personal preference. I still gave it a 5 out of 5. Would you agree?" "Sure, yeah, I totally agree. Absolutely. I thought it was fantastic." Now, as a treat, since this is our first ever reader to submit a story, we're going to do a little Q&A. Now, I sent Emma a few questions before the show. Here's the first one. What inspired you to write this story? Oh, God. Well, I've always loved creepypastas and things that go bump in the night stories. And when I saw the announcement for this podcast, I thought, hey, why not? You know, I've written some pretty messed up stuff in my life, so why not give it a shot? Yeah, and I am so glad you did because now I get to make twice as much money on Patreon. Woo! Hey, everyone! If you love our podcast and you want to support us so that we can keep bringing you these spooky tales, head on over to our page. There's a link in the description below. Join today and get access to bonus content, bloopers, and more. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you never miss an upload. You can also follow us on social media for updates and behind-the-scenes fun. Thanks so much for listening, everyone. I'll see you next time. Bye.